And that is our team at the moment for the weekend. The Caps 220. Andre Blake, Jose Estrada, Damir Grilak, Antti Erseg, and Claudio Bravo. That's pretty solid. What leagues are you targeting FTS? What, for this weekend? Or just in general, Amraj? Because I think for this weekend, based on the players that we have in our gallery that actually have games, then it's going to be Cap 220. So we can take advantage of the common goalkeeper that you can use in Cap 220. And then it's going to be Cap 240 limited, because we have a starting goalkeeper in the limited scarcity as well. And then again, we've got some really good players here. And then in the rare, we're going to try and hit threshold in Cap 240 rare. But the problem that we have is that we don't have a starting goalkeeper that is playing this weekend. So we need to try and do it with a DMP goalkeeper. And the other problem is that we don't actually have, we have some issues where Zapa and Zelahi, or Zelahi, sorry, they haven't really been taking part in pre-season, because Zapa, I think, is subject to a transfer, potentially, and then Zelahi might also be getting picked up on a transfer as well. So this is unlikely to hit threshold, but we might as well give it a go, given that we have something we also need to factor in, right? The MLS All-Star game. Who's playing in the MLS All-Star game? Because this is happening on Thursday. MLS All-Star roster. Let's have a look at this one. Okay, look. Oh, this, I'm glad we're checking this now. Okay, so this is the total roster, right? Okay, so Petrovic is in there, Tyler Miller, Roman Berkey, right? Those are the goalkeepers. Then Walker Zimmerman, John Tolkien, Tim Parker, Matt Miazga, then Ryan Hollingshead. Okay, that's fine though, because he's not going to be playing in the League Cup anyway. Jacob Glesnes, John Gallagher, Alvaro Barriol. So Barriol is going to be in the All-Star team. He could potentially be playing before the League Cup. So again, that's probably another reason not to pick up Alvaro Barriol, because if he plays in the All-Star game, then he could be rested for the League Cup game. And this MLS All-Star game is not covered in Sorare. So now I see that, I'm definitely not going to be picking up Alvaro Barriol. Zella Ryan's in there as well. Keep that in mind for Zella Ryan. Riqui Puig is in there as well. Look, Hani Mukhtar. Hani Mukhtar is in there, and Hani Mukhtar will probably play. So we need to be a bit careful about this as well. Because we have Hani Mukhtar. We are not going to swap him out, but if he plays in this game, he might not necessarily then play in the League Cup game. He might be rested on the bench, so we have to keep that in mind. Ada Morris, Jose Martinez, Hector Herrera, Carlos Gil. So you guys have a lot of Carlos Gil. Or a lot of you guys do have Carlos Gil. Keep that in mind. This guy here, Matthew, Thiago Almeida, Acosta, Jordan Morris, Kai Camara, Georgios is in there, Jesus Ferreira. Ooh, look. Ah, damn. Christian Espinoza is in here as well. Oh, God, this is such a good roster. Wanga, Benteke. Ah, we almost didn't want to see Christian Espinoza there. It's going to be his first. It's going to be his first trip to the All-Star game after 5 seasons with the Earthquakes. Yeah, I think you're right, Sopsy. I think you are right. I think with this game happening on Thursday, if we made all of this decision right now, all of these choices, right, which I think the planning here is good, because we've been able to see that we would look at, say, Gustavo Bo to take out Droizy and McCarthy, and then put Martinez, Espinosa, and Steve Clark in. But with this game happening on Thursday, it would make no sense for us. In fact, it would actually be a bit silly for us to make the decision now. Whereas if we switched in Espinosa and then Espinosa plays on Thursday and he gets injured, we're going to be kicking ourselves that we didn't wait. What we're going to do now is we're going to switch over to Pookie. And so, guys, if you don't play Pookie, oh, look at that. There's a brand new drop. There's a brand new drop already of these Pokeballs. Wow, that's come out of nowhere. I was almost expecting that the drop would happen tomorrow. But right now, the supply of new Pokeballs has refreshed. So there are 101 available, guys. Why did we not see that? Usually, they kind of announce it. Usually, they kind of give you a bit of a heads up here. Why did we not see that? Because I personally was not expecting it today. So look, 4 minutes ago. 4 minutes ago. So Pookie have sent a message out 4 minutes ago saying that it's a very limited drop. So whilst things are a little quieter in the football calendar, we've dropped a very limited batch of 100 Pokeballs into the marketplace. This is mostly to ensure new players hearing about Pookie can get involved and get experienced and can experience the game. We've all come to love. Yep. So this is a very limited drop. Let's just refresh that right now. Let's refresh this here. So guys, there's 101. There's 100 now. Look, there's 100. There are 79 commons available. If you missed out on picking up a rare last week, now is your time to pick up a rare. Because there are only 16 rares available. I would love to be able to pick up a rare, but we just don't have the funds to do it. Because we bought a common yesterday, and I've been spending a lot doing a rare rebuild on Sorare. So I'm going to have to wait a little bit longer to pick up the rare. But if you have been waiting for that rare, you can get one today. And of course, if you don't already play Pookie, and you want to get started today, the link is in the chat. So make sure that you use that link to sign up to Pookie, because you will then get 2 free rookie balls and also helps to support the channel massively. There's 4 epics and there's only 1 legendary ball. So this is a very limited supply. There's not loads of, there are really not loads of Pokeballs here. Who's picking up a Pokeball this week, guys? Who's looking to pick up a rare? Yeah, they only put it on Discord at 2:07, right? That's what Sopsy's saying. So very little notice. Usually what they do is they kind of like say a day before, they say like, get ready for like a new drop, right? But they literally just dropped it and then they kind of announced it. So that's cool. That's what I'm telling you guys right now, because if you were waiting for the new drop, the new supply, I don't want you guys to miss out on it, which is why we're talking about it now. So pick up a Pokeball if you want to start earning from your predictions. You can get started. All you need is one of these. You don't need all of these. All you need is at least one of these. So you can have either a common or a rare or an epic or a legendary. As long as you own at least one of these Pokeballs, right? You can then predict on football games and you can actually earn and win money on your predictions. So there's 100 left. They will sell out quickly. I'm sure the rares will sell out quickly again, because the rares are usually in a lot of demand. More so than all the others, because they do offer quite a sizable boost from the commons, and they're kind of like the middle point, aren't they? So this is the cheapest entry, then this is kind of less than $100, then this is nearly $400, and this is like 1,400 basically. Okay, cool. What we're going to do, we have our energy refresh. We also need to connect our wallet. There we go. So we have 18.854. We have 18.854 Matic in the wallet right now, which is $14. We have $14 in there. We don't have enough to buy a rare. We technically would have enough to buy another common if we put more money into the game. But we already bought a common, and next up we want to buy a rare. We're gonna put 2-0 in here, by the way, guys, for Defensa Justiça versus Sarmiento. The reason we're going to put 2-0 in case you were wondering, is that the 1-0 gives you base points of 130. The 2-0 gives you 165. And I think that they do have the potential to score 2 goals against Sarmiento. I just don't trust that Sarmiento can score a goal here. And if you look at the 2-1 here, look, the 2-0, so the under 2.5 outcome here is 165 base points, right? We get an additional 5 points for going over 2.5. So essentially here, what we would be doing is we would be backing in over 2.5 when we don't think it is actually going to be over 2.5. So we are taking more risk for basically no reward. Because then if it does not go over 2.5, we miss out on more scoring from the under 2.5. This is why I would not do 2-1 here. I would not do over 2.5 at all for this fixture. It's not worth it. The 2-1 outcome is 170. The 2-0 is 165. The 1-0 is 130, which we wouldn't do because that's too low, even though it could be that. We would be willing to back the home team to win and for there to be under 2.5 goals. And if we are willing to do that, we're going to do 2-0 because we think that they can score 2 goals. But we just don't really believe that Sarmiento can score a goal. And so then hopefully we get 248 points here. And if we don't get the full points here, we should still get. Just imagine that the only common Pokeball I have is this one here, right? This one here, the white one. Now, I bought this white one, this common Pokeball, because when I originally signed up to the game and I started to play it, I was a little bit like you. I wasn't necessarily sure, do I buy a Pokeball immediately or do I try my luck in the free-to-play, right? Do I see whether I can play this game free-to-play? So I didn't buy a Pokeball initially. I just basically wanted to get a feel for the game. I started to play in the Basic League, right? So I started to play the Basic League. I played for 3 match days, only 3. And I knew in the Basic League that there are only 5 common Pokeballs to be won. There's only 5 rewards, right? It shows you as well in the actual leaderboard. There's only 5 common Pokeballs to be won every single match day in the Basic League. So I knew my chances of winning like a proper good reward in the Basic League was low. But what I wanted to do was I wanted to see in the Basic League, based on how I predict, if I apply that and if I'm predicting in the Basic League, how often am I finishing in the top 50%? Because if you are finishing in the top 50% in Poke, in the Pro Leagues, you earn money, you win money. So what you'll see here is that I competed in match day 15, I competed in match day 16, and then match day 17. And every time I finished in the top 50%, right? Every time. Now, 588th is not a great score. 1040th is not a great score. 987th is not a great finish, right? It's not a good score. But the key here is that I saw that I was able to finish in the top 50% from my predictions. So then when I saw that, I thought, okay, so I get how this game works now. I know that there's only 5 rewards to be won here. It's going to be very difficult actually to win. But because I know now that I can finish in the top 50%, I'm ready to buy a Pokeball and I'm ready to start earning from my predictions. And so then what I done was I went out and I bought this Pokeball for $22, right? And then I used this Pokeball for the first month of playing Poke properly in the Pro Leagues. I used this Pro League to, this ball, to play in the Pro Leagues. And in the first month, I won $11 back. So this ball cost me $22. In the first month, I won $11 back. So I won 50% back from my original investment. And then when I saw that, I was like, okay, I was able to win back 50% of my investment with a common Pokeball. Just a common Pokeball. I didn't really level it up too much. It's only level 22. I figured to myself, what could I go and win if I had a rare ball? And if I had more common balls that were maybe a bit more suited towards other leagues, right? Because this league here has a boost for the German league. And I knew that at the time, when I had that ball, the European season was coming to an end. So I kind of wanted also to have more balls that maybe gave a bit more of a bonus to the summer leagues which were coming. So the leagues like the MLS, the Argentinian league, the Brazilian league, and the Japanese league. And so that's one of the reasons I went out and got more balls as well, so they can give me that bonus. But until then, obviously we'll be back at 8 p.m. tonight with a Football Manager Luton to Legend save. So I hope you guys can join me for it. Thank you again for the incredible support. And I will catch you on the next one, guys. Thank you.